We just need to have faith. We're going to be talking about a really big faith move that I made by moving to Florida and, well, packing up my whole life before I even got the apartment. So, pay attention to the timeline, and also I'm going to try to help you guys out by remembering. Pay attention to the timeline because it's very important. I have my notes in case I forget something. At the time that I found out I was pregnant, I was living in my first apartment ever in a little town called LB, Long Branch. And I know that my lease was due to be renewed in June, and then I found out I was pregnant, and I knew that I did not want to raise a child there. So I had to figure something out. I started looking for apartments in Jersey, and the only thing I wanted was a washer and dryer. I wanted an apartment that comes with a washer and dryer. I didn't want an apartment that has washer dryer, like you go out and wash. I wanted my own personal washer and dryer. The reason being, I wanted to cloth diaper, and I'm like, I want to have my own. Excuse me. I wanted to have my own. Okay. So that was the only thing I wanted, washer and dryer. So I'm looking forever. Okay? Forever. Couldn't find anything that was up to my standards. And also the biggest problem that I had was I do hair, and none of my things, it's hard to prove my income doing hair. And it was during COVID, the end of COVID. We're still in COVID. I don't even know. I didn't have a job at that time, like a job that had a paycheck that said, hey, she works this amount of hours and this is how much she gets paid and this is how much her income is, blah blah blah. So that was really hard when I was looking for jobs. So I was just looking anyways, hoping God will make something happen for me. Now, this was during the time that Texas was going through, I feel like this was during the time that everyone was moving to Texas. I don't know what the reason was, or maybe it was cheapest. I was like, why don't you move to Texas? And then it was like, bam, Florida. You always wanted to go to Florida. You've been planning this Florida trip since 2000. Like, if I pull out my planner right now, my 2019 planner, you'll see me looking up certain apartment complex, the things I wanted in my apartment complex. Like, I wanted to move since 2019. So I was like, why not? But I just didn't know how that would happen. I didn't know anything, so I kind of threw that in the back burner. But around January, let's say the end of January, beginning of February, I started packing up my apartment. I'm like, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know anything, but I ain't living here, so I might as well get to packing. And it's crazy because it's like every YouTube video that was popping up on my suggestions where God is gonna move you. Always about moving this, moving that. I just thought the government was listening to us, as they do. I don't know. So I ain't paying no mind to it, but I was just packing up. Then I started looking after, I want to say, okay, February, March, April, May. Okay, so then I want to say March, I started looking up apartments in Florida. I'm like, you know what? Like, it won't hurt nobody if I look up an apartment, right? What do you want? It won't hurt anybody if I look up apartments. So I started looking up apartments in Florida, the things I wanted. But I wasn't as confident in it. But I was just like, I need to look up apartments. So then at this time, no one in my family, like most of my family still didn't know I was pregnant. So I didn't make it known that I was looking for apartments because I didn't want to raise my kid at that apartment. I I just kept quiet about it for a while. During spring break, my little cousin wanted to take spring break, so I was like, let's go to Florida, so that I could look for the apartments that I checked out. Okay, go to apartments, check it out. The first place I went to, it was really good. It was like a 3-in-1 apartment complex, and they gave me an application right after, and they were super nice, and it was cheaper than Jersey, and all they wanted was like an offer letter to say you got like a job, and they were like, that's cool enough for us. Okay, second apartment. No, that was the second apartment. The first apartment was second apartment was this one. Third apartment, she was a good person. She was nice, but I just didn't like that. I just didn't like the apartment that much. I didn't like the area. It was on a hill, and I was thinking about riding. No, I didn't like it. Then I was like, you know what? I'ma just have my baby in Jersey in September, because I was doing August. I'm gonna have my baby in Jersey. In September, I'm gonna move to Florida. By then, I should have like enough money, because I started looking for a job. I started looking for a work from home job so I could prove that I have income. So I was like, by then I should have enough like pay stubs, and I should have enough money, and they were like, okay, you make this much, so blah blah, it's okay. All right, so I got my first job. I got my work from home job in April, right? I got my first home job from April. So let's backtrack. February, I started packing. March, I went to go see apartment. April, I got the job. I got a job. Now let's keep going. I got the job, contractor, blah blah blah. So I had already messaged a lady from the apartment complex, asking her like which apartment she had available. I wanted like a lake view, so I'm like, do you have this, do you have that? So she was telling me, and then she's like, when would you need it for? So I said September. All right, that was good, that was fine. We stopped making conversation. Then after I got the job and I realized all they wanted was an offer letter, I messaged her back on like April 20, let's see, April 26th. But I forgot something. Backtrack. By then, I think I told my family at the end of March, I'm pregnant. Woohoo! But I also told them I was looking for a place to live because I didn't want to live where I was. So they knew that. But my aunt had offered me, I think by April, maybe the end of March, she offered me to come live with her. I was very happy, but at the same time, I'm like, no, man, this is not it. I've lived by myself. I want to raise my kid in his space, and it's like, I don't want to live in someone else's space. You know, it just wasn't it. But I said yes until I just said yes. But in the background, I was looking for places to live. So after I got the job, I messaged a lady. I got the job April 1st, April 20th. I messaged the lady. I'm like, I know I said September, but do you have anything for May? Do you have anything for next month? Like, what do you got? What do you got? Because I already told my aunt I would move out by May 1st. So I figured either A, I find an apartment before May 1st, or B, go live with my aunt on May 1st. So on the 20th, I messaged the lady. I'm like, I know I said September, but do you have anything for May? She said, yeah, of course we do. Just fill out your application, send in your application fee, send in is it the deposit? Security deposit or something. Okay, I forgot the really big part. So the day after I found out I got pregnant, this money that I was waiting for, I had just enough money, okay? I had just enough money, but I'm like, I have a kid now, no. But the day, I swear, the day after I got pregnant, the money I was waiting for, bam, hit. So unemployment, my unemployment from the first time, from COVID happening in 2019, the end of 2019 to 2020, all of that, I never got it. I never got nothing. But the day after I found out pregnant, bam, God said, here's some money so you can figure this out. All right. So with that being said, keep that in mind. Okay. I messaged the lady. She told me yes, fill out application. So now all of this stuff has to be mailed in. Other than the application itself, the check has to be mailed in and everything after had to be mailed in. So it takes time. So I'm like, dang, I'm on a time crunch. It's April 20th. I'm trying to move out by May 1st. What am I doing? Okay. So I think that same day I called the movers. Told them let's schedule something for the 29th for them to come pick up my stuff. They told me, okay, great, your stuff won't get there till May 16th because I don't have a lot of stuff, so they have to fill the other half of the moving truck. So I'm like, that's perfect. I could just come here after they pick up my stuff, and if I don't find anything, I have until the 16th to figure it out. Okay? Psycho. All right, so they set that up. So I sent my application fee, sent the security deposit, called the movers. I want to say that same day I purchased a train ticket because it's an auto train where they take your car with you to Florida. I didn't even know that was a thing until one of my clients told me. You too excited. What you excited about? Okay. Purchase all that, and I'm like, I don't know where I'm going. I don't have a place to live, and my plan was like, even if I didn't find something, I was just gonna go to my friend in South Carolina. Once I get here, I was gonna drive to her in the meantime of trying to find something so I could have some place to live. Okay, so then filled out application. So she messaged me like, show your job offer letter. So I show my job offer letter, but unfortunately I'm a contractor and I get paid when I work. So there's no set hours, there's no set nothing. So it's like back to square one. And I'm like, this doesn't help. So I was like, oh my gosh, great. I'm like in my feelings, I'm sad as heck. And I'm like, is there any way I can give you like a few days, like a few months worth of rent, so that, you know, you guys could see I'm good for the money or something like that. I think that's the word. So she was like, okay, let me talk to my manager. She goes to get her manager. Manager's not here. So she was like, we'll give you a call back. Mind you, at this point, it's almost maybe the 26th. A couple days has gone by because I had to wait for her to receive my checks, then respond, and then I had to send her the offer letter, then respond. So a couple days has gone by. I'm really trying to remember the exact dates and stuff of everything, but trying my best here. Okay, so it's at least the 26th, and then she's like, yes. She calls me back like 27th and tells me that yes, my manager says we can, but we have to basically do a background check, run your credits. She sent me a link, fill out this paperwork for them to do my background check. But she was like, I know you said you wanted to move out by May 1st, but unfortunately this process could take 5 days if you're in state, and 10 days. It could take up to 7 to 10 days if you're out of state. I'm like, honey, I need to know by May 1st. I need an answer by May 1st because it's either I'm going to go to my aunt's or I'm not, right? Right. So then 27th, that's when she told me that. 28th, I prayed. I said, God, if you want me to move, if this is your plan for me, I need an answer. I need an answer by May 1st because I can't live like this, you know? So movers came the 29th, moved my stuff out. Now I went to go live with another aunt who lived closer to me. Her kids are in college, so I was just taking up all their space. She was feeding me. It was great. Amazing. All right. I remember this day so perfectly clear, right? I remember this day so perfectly clear. Keep in mind, the movers came. I purchased a train ticket. At this time, I purchased an Airbnb because my friend was unable to she was not able to have me stay at her place. So I purchased an Airbnb. I basically am moving in my head to Florida because I gave them this address, this like the complex address. But yet they never told me. They never told me I got the apartment. So let's keep that in mind. I remember this day so perfectly clear. I woke up. I'm like, let me go get my nails done, get my feet done. Then I was like, let me go get some stuff for my face because I was breaking out and I wanted to help with my hyperpigmentation. I drove to Sephora. I'm in the parking lot, about to leave after I get my little items that cost super expensive because Sephora is ridiculous. I'm at the light. There's a light. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. This place opens on Saturday. Hey, baby, I'm busy. I am very busy, and you need to understand that, baby. You don't care? Okay. At this point, it's Saturday, May 1st. Saturday, May 1st. And I was just like, whatever. I wasn't even worried about it. I didn't even realize it was the 1st. I'm still thinking it's the 30th or something. I don't know what I thought. I get a phone call. I know this number by heart now because we've been communicating back and forth like crazy. She's like, wow, you must have good credit. That came back quick. I'm like, she said, so when do you want to move in? I'm like, what? Like, I said May 1st, but he really said, okay, May 1st, I got you. I literally was baffled because it only took less than 3 days. Less than 3 days, she ran my credit and I'm like, bam, apartment, here I come. And I'm like, that was no one else but God. Because honestly, there was no one else but God. I feel like it was no one else. I don't even care. At this point, it was just like, I'm moving. I don't care when. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't care. I'm moving. And he gave me my answer on May 1st. Like, that was no one else but God. Because, listen, there was no one else but God that my unemployment was delayed until basically it was a year. A whole year later, my disappointment. My unemployment was delayed. He's the reason why the mover said the 16th. That means I had enough time. Mind you, I moved in on the 12th. Right? He's the reason that now I had the money to pay for the movers. I had the money to pay for a train. I had the money to get that Airbnb. I had the money to furnish my home, buy him everything he needed for birth, for afterbirth, or whatever the situation may be. He's the reason that my credit check took less than 3 days. He's the reason all of this was happening. He's the reason I got the answer on May 1st. It's literally no one else but God. Like, I am booty. I was beyond excited. Like, I'm like, yup, God did it. God did it. That was God. God over there. God. Jehovah Jireh. God will provide. And I was like, I don't think she discovered. No, I didn't discover that song yet. But, baby, I felt like during the whole time of all this, during the whole time all this was happening, I'm gonna be honest, I was super calm but slightly nervous. So that's the part of my heart that was like, this is it, this is your plan. Because I've had other plans where I was just so nervous because, you know, I don't think it was gonna go right. But I had faith and I moved to another side of the world to go raise my little sugar lumps. I was trying to do his hair last night, don't mind him. But like, when you listen to God, when you're obedient, God will provide. He will give you everything that you need. I didn't have to worry. He was the reason why I was able to give 3 times the rent, like 3 months worth of rent, in order to be able to secure my spot. And I got a job from working from home. God just does. Won't he do it? He said he would. And I was just like, every day I look at this apartment and I'm like, that's not what I'm like. Every day I look at this apartment and I'm just like, wow, He really did this, because this is beautiful. This is an upgrade definitely from my old house, and I can show you guys an apartment tour. I can do an apartment tour for you guys if you want, but like, I was really, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. All right, somebody don't want me to do this video no more. You tired? You tired? What time is it? You shouldn't be tired, sugar. So I'm really excited. I'm really happy, and I want to thank God, because no one else but God could do what he did, because I couldn't do it on my own. All I had to do was listen. All I had to do was have faith. All I had to do was listen to that voice that was like, all I had to do was listen to that voice that was just like, move, listen, move, pack. Mind you, I did this all pregnant. So I literally moved here at 32 weeks preggo. And let me tell y'all what happened on this train ride. It was like a test of faith. I'll leave that. Just so you know, a 16-hour train ride turned into 48 hours. Okay? Okay. So I just want to give God thanks. I want to give him glory and praise. I want to just shout it from the rooftop. Sorry, baby. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Sensitive. I don't know where I would be. And it's like right now, I'm being honest, I'm going through a little, I might start crying. I'm sorry. I'm going through a little, I feel stuck. I feel stuck. I feel stagnant. Like I don't know where to go next. I don't know what to do next. Because now that I have the kid, it's just like, what do I do? How do I do it? Where do I go? Like, I'm just, this is not like me. And I want him to provide. I want to give him the opportunity. But I also feel like I need to be doing something. I don't like being stand still and know I'm God. I don't know how to stand still, and I don't know how to just let go of control. And I feel like I'm not doing enough. There's like, faith without works is dead, and I'm like, where's my work? I feel like I'm not doing enough. But another part of me also feels like God is telling me to simmer down. Don't do anything. Simmer down. But I don't want to. I don't want to. But thank you, God, for everything that you've done for me. For giving me a healthy, handsome little boy. And this beautiful apartment. You're so dramatic, man. So I don't know what relationship that you have with God. I don't know where you are in your walk. But if you know his words, if you know his word, and you know what he said, and you know the promises that you made to him, and you tell him, God, remember you said, ask and you shall receive. You have plans to prosper me, give me hope in the future. Remember that? Give him his word right back at him, and he will provide. Always and forever. But you also need to have a relationship. You need to know his words. You can't just go and just say whatever you feel like saying, because he never said that. But you got to make sure you know what he said in order to give it back to him. You need to have a relationship. It's a two-way street, you know? Even though God does more of the work, we just need to have faith. It's so simple, so basic. But it's sometimes hard. And that was a faith move, a major faith move. But I thank God because he provided. So, get in your Bible and learn your God. But if you guys enjoy this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment below, let your girl know how you feel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, God. Oh, sorry.